Alright guys, back out here in the shed this morning, and we'll get started back on this knife. And I had an old piece of stainless steel that I had out here that I'm going to, it was a knife that I attempted to do and I failed at it, but I'm going to use it for this blade, for the knife that the side lock blade that I'm working on. So we're going to, I already drew the pattern out on it. We're gonna clamp this thing down on the table and cut it out. And but as always, I want to thank God for another day that He gave me, and I want to be able to do His will today, and maybe tell someone about Jesus and let my light shine out there, because He said we were to do that. You know, we were to tell people about Him and spread the good news and the gospel about Jesus. So that's what I'm going to tell you today. If you don't know Jesus, find Him. Get down on your knees and call upon His name today, because He's worth everything today, and He'll guide you through life and keep you and hold you. That's a promise that He made. So with all that said and be done, I just thank God for another day, and we'll get at this thing and we'll get it going. So let's get our side grinder out and start cutting this thing out. So y'all bear with me. I'm gonna readjust the camera and move it around where you can see. Here we go. Almost there. Got a little bit more shaping to do on it. I think it's going to be good. I'm going to move over to the belt sander so we can start grinding on it over there more. Actually, I'm going to cut more of this piece out right here. If you can see that, where I got it marked. So that way I won't have to grind so much. So hang tight with me. Good. A little bit more refining on the grinder, on the belt sander, and it should be good to go. And then we can drill all our holes in our side panels and these pieces. Line all our holes up, and maybe get this thing pinned down today, and work on the handle later if we got time today. Got a lot going on. So let's do that, and turn off his camera and move it over to the belt sander. Here we go on the belt sander, getting sanded down. pretty close. I gotta, in this section right in here, I'm gonna take the file to it and file that down a little bit because I need a small groove there, and I'm not able. I can't do it on this belt grinder because I can't get in there small enough. So I'm gonna take this grinder. I'm gonna put it, clamp it down in my vise, and file that out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, and then I ended up taking the Dremel to this to get it to where I needed it at. See the groove right in here to get it down there. So we're going to finish cleaning this up, and then we're going to drill the holes for it to mount to the side panels, which is just an inner side. The handle will actually be on the outside of these. Remember when on the last video I talked about putting some bone on there, which I shouted out to my brother over Cool Over Dirt. This is what I'm going to be using. A deer antler that he shed hunts sometimes, and he has quite a few of these. So I appreciate him giving that to me. He gave it to me a long time ago. He probably doesn't even remember it, but this is what we're going to use for the handle. We're going to cut this thing up and mount it on that handle. Hopefully it turns out real good. But let's get back to this point and clean this up a little bit more and get all the rough edges off from it, and then we can figure out where we need to drill our holes, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I believe it's close enough. We can go ahead and turn this camera off and I'm going to drill my holes. I apologize for that break in the video. But I had to do a lot of drilling. I got all these holes drilled out, both sides. Got the blade drilled out. And the piece that in the back side for a spacer. And all we need to do now is just clean up some of these rough edges on these drill marks, and probably I want to harden this blade. I might try to put an edge on this blade first, and then harden it, and then we can put all this thing together, and we'll have a knife. Hopefully everything comes out pretty good and works out good, and got a pretty decent knife in our hands. So let me try to put an edge on this, and then I'll harden it, and then I'll get back with you.